Hey y'all, what in the world is going on? Nah. Hey y'all had to forgive me for that. I hit a button on here. Crazy. I've been using uh social media all this time. I'm still hitting buttons. Let me see what I messed my whole day up with them hearts popping on my face. I hit a filter button and put pink hearts on my face. Y'all got to forgive me for that. I was doing the Q&A and I was answering questions. Today all the questions came from women from what I saw. And one of the sisters, she was asking me a question and she have a hairstyle. And I gave her some feedback about the hairstyle. And to be honest with you, it's just one thing that I struggle with is telling lies. You know, in this social media world, where so many people faking and so many people lying and so many people misleading, I struggle with telling lies. And so, depending on how you read things, my answers could sound harsh, but I'm saying it with complete love, you know, a brotherly love, a Christ-like love. But I just believe in being straight, shooting it straight, and just giving it to you, real, real and raw. And a lot of people lie to you, and most men lie, and that's why I'm always coaching different ladies, and they're saying like, look, he's been with me for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and I try to break up with him, but he won't let me go. He tells me he wants to be with me, or he tells me he's gonna marry me, and that's because most men lie and don't know how to tell the truth. But that leads into what I was just thinking about with perception. It's hard for us to understand perception because most people lie to us. And so you got to find somebody, whatever you want in life, what your goal is in life, find somebody that you can trust. Find somebody who will be honest with you. So if this is somebody online, if this is a friend, a family member, a lot of times a friend and family member will lie to you. And I'll tell you why people lie. People lie because we don't want to hurt your feelings. So think about when you lie to people. You lie to them because you're like, I don't know how to tell them this. I don't know how to, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to, they really feeling this thing, or they really into this, or they really, like this outfit, or they really like this hairstyle, or they really like this job, or they really like this person that they talking to, and I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to tell them the truth because I don't want to hurt them. But you got to find one person, even if you got to pay them, and say, listen, hurt my feelings, be honest with me. Like, be honest with me, and you may cry, you may be hurt, you may lose some sleep, but and also with this person, it can't just be anybody. Now it can't just be anybody. It has to be somebody who is living the life that you respect and admire, somebody who you can tell is operating from the right place. Don't go ask a bitter person to give you honest feedback. Don't go ask a broken person to give you honest feedback. Don't go ask a broke person to give you honest feedback. They need to have, some income and be okay. They ain't got to be rich. But if they broke, their spirit is gonna be off. If they bitter, their spirit's gonna be off. If they are hurting, the spirit is gonna be off. But what we have to understand is perception. If you care enough, then you want to understand perception. And now sometimes understanding perception doesn't come from having to talk to someone. You just could look at successful models. So, and when I say models, I don't mean runway models. I mean successful examples. So I'm a consultant. I became a consultant for billion-dollar corporations, going into the corporation to be a life coach and mentor for their employees. So if you want to do that, I can tell you how I position myself and what I did to get in that place, and how I carried myself, and what I learned, what mistakes I made, what I did and did not do. So I can help you understand perception of how you are showing up in the world. And that is what we lack. And what I noticed, and I'm speaking to women because I got a bunch of questions today from women only. A lot of times it's just one change. A lot of times it's literally one change. But if you don't understand perception, so like if you go and you talk to, if you want to be married and you are wondering why when you go out, men are not approaching you, you got to understand male perception. If a man wants to understand why every time he meets a woman, she cuts him off after the first date, he has to understand female perception. How are you being perceived? How are you showing up in the world? And that is why, and see, the thing about it is, when you are trying to get a job, you will take a class on or watch a video on how to do an interview. There are career coaches that teach you how to do a resume, how to dress for the interview, how to sit in the interview, how to answer questions. And so that is a consultant, and that is you understanding perception. What is your image and your clothes saying about you? The same thing is necessary in relationships, especially today. You have to understand perception. And a lot of times people say, well, I'm just me and I'm not changing for anybody. Well, if you are not willing to change in a positive way, in a way that is growing, then you will continue to get what you have been getting. So no one is asking you to change who you are. What you are being asked is to become the best version of yourself. So here's an example. If I have tattoos in my face and all over my face, unless it's a company that is a part of who they are, I probably would not have been hired to be a consultant at this billion-dollar corporation. If I had gold teeth in my mouth, if I had tattoos on my face, if I had sloppy, messy hair, nappy hair that is not being taken care of, that I'm not washing my hair, if I had, if I'm sagging my pants. So the thing is I'm still the same person. I got all the same wisdom, knowledge, understanding, skills, talents, got all of that. But if I package myself differently, it's going to send a different message. So you can be a good man, but if you have your pants sagging and you still going to ink up your body, you're sending a certain message. You can be a good woman, but if your clothes are always overly revealing or overly conservative or super old-fashioned, you're sending a certain message. And so you have to understand perception. Do the work. It may be looking at someone who's been successful and say, okay, this person is a husband. He's a successful husband. Let me see how he carries himself. Let me see how he talks, how he thinks, how he moves. This person is a successful wife. She became a wife, and it seems like she has a great husband who loves her and who is faithful to her. Let me see how she carries herself, how she moves, how she talks. It's not to say you're going to change you. What it is to understand perception, because perception is reality. So perception is not really reality, but perception is reality. So we don't have the gift to see ourselves through the eyes of others. So you have to do the work to learn how are you showing up in the world and what is it saying about you, and is that the message you want the world to receive? Yes or no? And do you care or not? Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. God bless you. I got to coach a client here in a minute. We'll talk soon.